Hey everyone, today we retaken on a really exciting project, turning a segmented bowl using cherry and this super cool material called I found this Spectraply blank at Woodcraft. It's a plywood made from birch veneer, and every single layer is dyed a different color. You see it used for things like gun stocks and knife handles. But I thought it would look amazing in a segmented bowl. I'm pairing it with some light-colored cherry to really make those bold colors pop. My design uses 12 segments for the cherry rings. But for the Spectraply, I went with a 6-segment ring. I sketched it out and realized that with more segments, I wouldn't intersect as many of the colorful layers when I turned it. Since the Spectraply piece was small, I had to be super precise. I even modeled it in SketchUp first to make sure everything would fit. The bottom of the bowl is solid cherry, mounted on a waste block so I can turn a tenon and get it secured in the chuck. Cutting the segments was an adventure. I started on the table saw, but my accuracy wasn't perfect. Then I tried resawing the Spectraply on the bandsaw, but my blade was dull, and this stuff is surprisingly hard. I ended up with some pretty rough cuts that needed to be planed down, which caused some problems later on. I switched to the miter saw for better angles. But honestly, this material is like the glitter of woodworking. Blue dust everywhere. Good dust collection is a must. After cutting, I sanded all the segments on a homemade disc sander attachment for my lathe. Then it was time for the glue. I glue up one ring at a time. I don't have a thickness sander, so my process is a bit slow. I'll turn the top face of the bowl perfectly flat, glue on the next ring. And while that dries, I'll glue up the segments for the next asterisk ring. It's a daily cycle, but it works. I hit a major snag with the Spectraply ring. After all that planing, the segments were too thin. I was worried I'd have to scrap it. But then I had an idea. I cut off the outside corners and glued them back into the inside corners of the ring. This salvaged the piece and added just enough thickness. I was so proud of that quick fix-it-s. Not often you find such an elegant solution to a mistake. As I built up the bowl, I did some rough turning to keep it balanced and make the hollowing process easier. This bowl is about 11 inches in diameter, which is really pushing the limits of my little lathe. But seeing the Spectraply patterns emerge was incredible. Beautiful arches of color appeared on the inside and outside. I wasn't a huge fan of how the top edge looked, though it was a bit too busy. So I added one final ring of cherry to frame the colors and tie the whole design together. Before finishing, I did some tests on scraps. The dye in Spectraply is water-soluble, so I knew I had to use an oil-based finish to prevent the colors from running. I sanded everything up to a high grit, using a drill to keep the sandpaper moving and avoid creating grooves. To finish the bottom, I made some custom jaws for my chuck to hold the bowl by its rim. I turned off the waste block and shaped the foot. And here is the finished bowl. I am so incredibly happy with how it turned out, especially since this is only the second bowl I've ever made. The colors of the Spectraply are just stunning against the soft cherry. It was a challenging project with a lot of lessons learned, but the result was absolutely worth it. Thanks so much for watching. This was my first ever video, so if you liked it, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more projects like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got some really cool ideas for what to make next. See you then.